Welcome to my channel once again, great people. Watching Great Channel, where I discuss various investment opportunities. And today, I will talk about a potential digital asset or instrument, if you like, with massive upside, which is now on the horizon. Well, if you are curious to know the name of the digital asset, it is called Stellar Lumen. So, what makes this particular digital currency unique, and why should you include it in your portfolio? Stay tuned. Meanwhile, in this presentation, you will hear me use Lumen and Stellar Network. Please don't get confused. You see, the Stellar Network has a native digital currency called the Lumen. That is required to complete every transaction within the network. And then it employs the use of a unique algorithm called Stellar Consensus Protocol to resolve a fundamental problem in the digital world. Then stay tuned. I have very vital information about Stellar Lumen for you. So grab a cuppa. Of course, I mean a cup of tea. And then subscribe. You see, technology and the use of application is evolving. From the status quo. The way we do things, more so in the financial world or financial sector, if you like. And because of the paradigm shift, Stellar Lumen was created to address some specific problem, or if you like, some key bottleneck in the system of paying and receiving currencies across the globe. Okay, wait, let me tell you about Stellar Lumen. You see, this network, bear with me. Lumen was invented to help people overcome the problem presented by cross-border transaction. What am I trying to say? You see, before the creation of this network, there were lengthy transaction times and high fees through the use of SWIFT, SWFT, which is Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Communication. So, this is when Stellar steps in. Okay? Stellar make it possible to create, send and trade digital representation of all forms of money. Say dollar, peso, Bitcoin, Ethereum. We say pretty much everything. It is designed so all the world's financial system can work together on a single network. And if you want to know how it works, then stay tuned. I have all the answers for you. You see, the software runs across a decentralized open network and handles millions of transactions each day. Like Bitcoin and Ethereum, Stellar relies on blockchain to keep the network in sync, but the end user experience is much like cash. You see, Stellar is much faster, cheaper, and more energy efficient than typical blockchain-based system. And then the cost of Lumen transaction is 0.0001 SLM, making it incredibly cheap. However, you should note this: when purchasing Lumen on online exchanges, a fee will be charged by the site for your purchase of the Lumen. And to remind you again, Stellar Lumen employ the use of a unique algorithm called Stellar Consensus Protocol. And it is designed not only to make payment system easier, but also to function effectively. Besides, this is very important. Please listen to this. You can create a digital representation of US dollar on Stellar. And you can call it this quote and unquote dollar token. And you can tell the world that whenever someone deposits a traditional dollar with you, you issue them one of your new token. When someone brings that, the quote and unquote dollar token back to you, you promise to redeem it in turn for one of the regular dollar in that deposit account. Essentially, what you are doing is you set up a one-on-one relationship between your digital token and a traditional dollar. Okay? Meaning, every one of your token out in the world is backed by an equivalent deposit. So, why people who hold the tokens, they can treat them just like the traditional money. Because they know that they are exchangeable for traditional money at the end of the day. Alright, I suppose you get the picture. Okay, just in case. What this is saying is this: is essentially Stellar Lumen network facilitates easy of currency exchange, meaning for certain currencies there may not be an easy currency pair to exchange. I mean, currencies that you cannot exchange easily from one currency to the other. When using Lumen, however, this is all carried out for the sender and recipient seamlessly on their behalf. Other benefit of the Stellar includes, bear with me, let me show you, include ease of access, meaning all retail users need to access Lumen is an internet connection. I mean, easy of access, meaning all retail users need to access Lumen. It is an internet connection and some software such as Lumen Ready Wallet or access to an online exchange. Basically, what it's saying is easy access. Again, Stellar network is decentralized, meaning that no one authority controls the movement of lumens. The company themselves authorize transaction, and a record of each transaction is stored on the blockchain, which can be accessed by everyone. Okay, unlike most currencies, there's a degree of anonymity provided by using lumens. Moving on, let us examine what financial institution use Lumen. Just bear with me. Now, IBM WorldWire. IBM decided to use Stellar Lumen to help create WorldWire, which enables financial institutions to send funds anywhere in the world in a much more inexpensive and faster way than ever before. By partnering with IBM, Stellar has gained more credibility as well as exposure to the traditional world of finance. Then we have Satoshi Pay. Let's have Satoshi Pay. It is an instant micro payment method that removes the need for customer to have to traverse multiple pages to access online content. Instead, they reach it instantly with one click, and this is because it runs on Stellar. Moving on, we have Saldo. It's a company that allows migrant workers to help care for their families back in their home countries by using Stellar. Rapidly currency conversion ability to top up things like their utility bill with ease. Saldo is a company with an illustrious vision. As such, projects like Stellar Lumen cater to their needs perfectly. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about Stellar Lumen mining. Okay, Lumen cannot be mined. Instead, the supply of Lumen is controlled by Stellar. What do I mean? You see, originally the number was 100 billion, and it is very interesting to know that Stellar heeded the advice of the community and halved the number of Lumen to say 50 billion, vowing never to make any more of these 50. And then it might interest you that only about 20 billion are in circulation, with the remainder being held by the SDF for development and promotional purposes. Moving on, let us examine the present price of Stellar Lumen. Presently, during the production of this video, is at 0.3827. Well, this is what I will do. Let's say I want to buy $5,000 worth of Stellar Lumen. I could go the route of dollar cost average, meaning 1,000 per month. Or if I'm buoyant, I could just invest $5,000. And let's say the price shoot up to $3. Okay, let's quickly do this math. Right now, it keep on changing. Let's assume the price is at 0.3826. Multiply. Ignore this. Ignore what's on the screen, but keep on changing. But the purpose of this exercise, let's stick to a figure. Let's say the price is 0.3826. Multiply it by 5,000. That's how much I want to buy. It's going to cost me 1,913. Okay. Let's assume the price just shoot up to $3 within a year. So multiply 3 times 5,000, give me 15,000. That means I've made money. But note, I have to remove 1,903, which is my initial investment, minus 15,000 is going to give me 13,087. Okay, moving on. Divide 13,087 by 1,903. Multiply it by 100. That gives me 684%. I say this is good investment. Okay. Now, if I scroll down, have a look at this. Look at the moving average. Let's look at the chart. Look at the moving average. First, you can see it consolidate here. Well, what I see here, after a while, the 20 moving average is going to cross the 50 moving average on the upward trend, and at a point in time, it's going to break the resistance level. Hallelujah! What you're going to see is upward trend, and it's going to skyrocket. Well, I say do your research. For me, I only allocate 20% of my portfolio to all cryptocurrencies. Okay? Here comes the best part. Subscribe. Remember, our target is 500 subscribers. And thanks a million for those who have already subscribed. The goal is to generate wealth, build companies, and then create jobs. Bye now. See you soon.